Hey, it's Garrett with ULA Equipment, and in this video I'm talking about our brand new travel accessories, the packing cubes. We've got a couple of bundles that are specifically designed for your 30-liter and 36-liter Dragonfly. I'm also going to show you how they fit inside of a Camino pack, and we're going to go over all the different sizes like the large, the medium, the shoe cube, and the small. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you what these are able to carry for your next travel adventure, and we're going to make sure this is the right travel accessory for your next trip. All right, so let's talk about the 30-liter bundle first. Whenever you go to the site and you go to the packing cube page, you're going to see a 30-liter bundle, a 36-liter bundle. The 30-liter bundle is specifically designed to fit within a 30-liter Dragonfly to give you extra room for any kind of like toiletry bag or drop bag that you might want to use. So whenever we get to the point of me showing the loadout, you're going to see how they fit inside. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the materials and some of the design. So these are made out of 210 Ultra Grid as well as a mesh on the front, and on the back they're just solid. They have asymmetrical zipper design, and they just open up clamshell style. So between these two packs that you see here, these two cubes, I've actually got 6 days of clothing packed between the two of them. I'm 6'3". I wear a 36 by 34 inseam pant, and I wear a large t-shirt. I wear a size 12 US shoe, so that just kind of gives you context for how big these are and how large the clothes are going to be. So within these two, I have 6 days of clothing. In this cube, I've got 6 t-shirts packed using the rolling method, where you just fold it hot dog style and then you roll the shirt down. I've also got 6 pairs of underwear, 6 pairs of socks, and then in the other cube, I have 2 pairs of shorts and 2 pairs of lightweight pants, as well as 1 short sleeve shirt that's buttoned down and 1 long sleeve button down shirt. Now, you're still gonna have more room in the Dragonfly to fit your toiletry stuff, to fit any kind of additional layering, like outer layer. Maybe you've got a rain shell that you're traveling with. Maybe you've got a sweater or something like that. So these are great and convenient, great size. Fitting 6 days of clothes within 2 packing cubes and the Dragonfly, I think it's pretty good. So you're going to be able to travel extended before you have to hit the laundry. And next, I'm going to show you that 36-liter bundle. So in addition to these 2 cubes, whenever you get the 36-liter bundle, you're also going to get a shoe cube. Now, the shoe cube was specifically designed to fit size 12 US shoes. So these are ultras, so technically it's a size 13, but it's usually about a size 12 equivalent. So they fit just fine, and these 3 packing cubes are going to fit perfectly inside of that 36-liter Dragonfly. Usually whenever I pack and travel, I use the cubes for my clothing or for my shoes, and then I'll put my toiletry stuff in the zippered mesh pockets of the Dragonfly, and then any other kind of chargers or auxiliary stuff. A lot of times I travel with the camera while I'm doing content for ULA, so that all fits perfectly inside of a 36-liter Dragonfly. I'll get to that in a minute. And just like with these other 2 cubes, the shoe cube is also made out of 210 Ultra Grid, and it is solid all sides around. We decided to make it solid that way, if your shoes are dirty, we don't want that grass or dirt or grime getting inside of the pack. So again, if you get a 30-liter bundle, it's going to be 2 large cubes. The 36-liter bundle is going to be the 2 large cubes plus the shoe cube. Okay, so in addition to those bundles that I mentioned earlier, we also offer some auxiliary sizes with the packing cubes. You've got a medium right here, and then the smaller version. With the smaller version, as I do the loadout, you'll notice I'm just utilizing it for my toiletries. You can fit about 3 to 4 days of socks and underwear in here, and currently I have 4 shirts rolled with the rolling method packed, a pair of pants, and a pair of shorts. Now, the pair of pants that I have is a little bit thicker, so they take up a little bit more room. And with the larger bundles that I showed you earlier in the video, I forgot to mention that those t-shirts are actually a very thin cotton, so they're pretty lightweight. So just keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about your own loadout and the type of clothing that you have. So the same thing with these as the large size. These are going to be clamshell opening, asymmetrical, and they're made out of 210 Ultra Grid as well as the front mesh. And with the small version, the exact same thing. It's going to open up clamshell style. It's got the mesh as well as a 210 Ultra Grid. And I really like the design of this. It's just kind of a quirky geometry to it, so it fits a little bit easier on the side if you're trying to add an additional packing cube to maybe like a 36-liter Dragonfly or to a Camino. So now I'm going to get into the loadout of stuff and show you how things actually fit. Okay, so I've got a 30-liter Dragonfly. It's a patched Ultra version. Doesn't really matter which version you've got. All of our Dragonfly packs in the 30-liter are going to be the exact same volume and dimension-wise. So I'm going to go ahead and bust this bad boy open, and you're going to see that we've got 2 large packing cubes inside of here. Now, the biggest thing to notice here is just all this extra room that you have left over if you want to put like a jacket, toiletry bag. Here's that small packing cube that I mentioned that for the purpose of this video I'm just going to use as a toiletry bag. So you can throw that right in there. If I've got camera gear, you know, that fits just fine because I've got all my clothes here. And as I mentioned earlier, usually whenever I load things out, I'll put all my toiletries in these mesh pockets. So it fits just fine, and then they stack just on top of each other, just like that. So it's pretty easy to figure it out. And for the 30-liter version, these are gonna go long ways. So you just stack them on top of each other, just like that. Close your front loading panel, and then you just zip her up. Okay, and here is a 36-liter Ultra pass-through Dragonfly. It's our new pass-through version, so it's got a pass-through sleeve on the back. And that's just to say, no matter what version, if it's Robic, if it's X-Pack, if it's Ultra, as long as it's a 36-liter, it's going to fit the same as this pack that I'm showing you. So I'll go ahead and open it up. And what's new? What's new is the shoe cube. So the shoe cube is added to the 36-liter bundle. I'll go ahead and pull that out so you can get an understanding of its true capacity and size. So like I said earlier in the video, shoe cube is just fully enclosed on all sides, and I have a pair of size US 13 Ultra shoes in there. So if you wear a size 12 in US, you're going to be able to fit them just fine inside the packing cube. And now we're going to notice that the 2 large cubes leave quite a decent amount of room at the top, and so we'll go ahead and pull those out. Okay, and so finally we've got an Ultra Camino. This is a 54-liter total capacity pack. And as I open it up, you're going to notice something interesting. And that is the fact that all of the packing cubes mentioned in this video actually fit inside. So right here at the top, we've got the medium packing cube. We've got the shoe cube. We've got the small cube. And the 2 large cubes. So the Camino is great if you have, you know, maybe you're out there for a couple weeks or a month or however long, or if you know that you want 6 days of clothing and plenty of extra gear, you've still got all this roll top available to you as well. Okay, so starting with the smallest packing cube, like I mentioned, I just have some toiletry stuff in here as an example. I've got a glasses case, deodorant, you know, some pain medicine, extra contacts. I've got some floss, toothpaste, just some beard balm, a comb. I forgot to grab my toothbrush, but you can imagine, you know, how a toothbrush would fit in there as well. You don't have to just use it for toiletries. You can use it for electronic stuff. You can use it for extra socks and underwear. That's just an example of one use case for it. And next we have the shoe cube. So like I mentioned, shoe cube fully enclosed. We don't want any of that dirt or grime getting into your backpack, clothes, or anything like that. And I have a pair of US 13 Ultras. So they fit just, and you know, this is why we didn't do mesh, right? You want to get out, you want to get dirty, you want to look good, and you don't want that cross-contamination of adventure. So they fit just like that. And then just like all the packing cubes before, this is clamshell close, and you just zip it right up and you are good to go. Okay, so this is the medium, this is the large, and then as I mentioned, if you do the medium and the small, flip it around so it's correct. Medium and small are about the same volume as a large. So with the medium, we'll go ahead and open it up. It's a little bit more oblong, so it's still 210 Ultra Grid. It's got the mesh face, and I've got one pair of shorts using the rolling method. I have one pair of pants. These are a little bit thicker, and like I mentioned, I'm a 36 waist with a 32 or a 34 inseam, so that just kind of clues you into the size of the pants here. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rolled shirts. I'm a fan of gray shirts, apparently. That's what I grabbed for this video. So whenever I talk about the rolling method, I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. You just fold the shirt hot dog style, like that, and then you just roll it up. You know, it's not specific to anything other than what's convenient for me. That's how I've always packed. And you know, you might get some wrinkly stuff. So if you have a better packing method, by all means, let me know in the comments that mine's trash. So again, I wear a size large t-shirt. So we got 4 shirts, a pair of shorts, and a pair of pants inside of the medium there. So now, moving on to the large. This is where I have t-shirts, underwear, and socks. So you can see it's pretty full. I would say that the amount that I have in here now is definitely pushing the limit. And so we've got one pair of ankle socks. We've got a pair of long socks. We've got another pair of long socks. We've got a piece of my wife's hair, so please excuse that. We've got another pair of long socks, so that's 4 pairs of socks. Let's see, here we go. We've got another pair of long socks, that's 5 pairs of socks, and just some fun dress socks. So 6 pairs of socks in here. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pairs of underwear. And then underneath all that, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 t-shirts. So that is, you know, 6 pairs of socks, 6 pairs of underwear, 6 t-shirts, and 1 large one. And now for the remainder, here is the rest of the clothing for the 6 days. So whenever you're traveling, you don't need 6 pairs of pants, 6 pairs of shorts. Typically, I'll switch out my bottoms and wear them multiple days in a row. With your tops, you know, you get sweaty. You're going to be changing your underwear every day. So tops I'll usually change, and you know, just if you're in the same spot for those 6 days, you don't want people to know, hey, that guy wore that shirt yesterday. So breaking into it, again, we got the clamshell opening. These are asymmetrical, so that means that whenever you set them down, you're not going to have spillover whenever you're packing. It's going to lay flat. You can just put everything in there. So with these button-down shirts, I didn't do the rolling method just to kind of save some of the wrinkling. If you are going to be traveling and you want to, you know, wear something nicer, I would recommend wrinkle-free Oxford shirts. Before I thru hiked and before I started working for ULA, I used to one-bag travel as I lived abroad, and so an Oxford shirt that's wrinkle-free, you know, you can sleep on the airport floor of Kuala Lumpur and wake up and catch your flight and still look good. So if you want to travel in style, I would definitely recommend something more wrinkle-free, and that's just a little piece of advice that I learned over the years. So this is just a short sleeve button down, so I have it folded up, and then I've got a long sleeve, just a lightweight sun shirt. And again, I wear a size large shirt, so if you're shorter than me or taller than me, or you wear a different size clothing, keep that in mind. And then we've got a pair of khaki shorts, a pair of lightweight khaki pants, and I feel like it's important to mention this because they are a thinner material, so they're going to fit a lot more conveniently. And then just another pair of lightweight pants and another pair of shorts. So for me, 6 days, 2 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of pants, that works splendid. And you know, it's really all that you need. You can pack whatever you want in these packing cubes. You can definitely use them with our backpacking lineup if you have like a circuit or a catalyst or things like that. If you're through hiking, you know, I wouldn't really recommend taking something like a packing cube just because it's extra weight. Whenever I pack my backpack, I like to have everything just stuffed into a trash bag. I don't really do organizational stuff. I use just the top-down packing method and put everything in the same spot. That's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want to see something new, or if you have a travel accessory that you'd like us to make, we always welcome customer feedback. The whole reason that these packing cubes exist is because people let us know that they wanted them. So thank you for your time, and that's it.